All right, the Toronto Raptors lose 125 to 120 in Cleveland in game 5 in this one. And you know what? This one did come down pretty close towards the end of the game. It was a good effort from the Raptors, but once again they had problem closing things out in that fourth quarter. So the Raptors now go home and have to try to fend off elimination in game 6. As you can see, every um both teams have gotten every home win thus far in this series. So we will see if that continues again on Friday night. Once again, Raptors lose 125 to 120. And there are a few things that we got to discuss. Listen, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm still proud of what the Raptors did tonight. They fought hard. They didn't just get into this game and get steamrolled and rolled over. That did not happen in this one. So I am happy with the effort that they put out there tonight, to be completely honest with you. So I'm proud of seeing that. We competed for 3 quarters and even a little bit throughout that fourth quarter, but pretty much they've had offensive struggles when they get into that fourth quarter tonight, and they just weren't able to recover. Scotty Barnes looked hobbled in that second half. I did see an injury a couple times throughout Scotty Barnes. He was getting whacked and slapped all over the place. Um, but overall in this game, the team did look better. And I mean by the team, some of these guys off your bench, Mamu Kalashvili, Jacoby Walt, excuse me. Jacoby did get the start in this game, and we'll talk about him in just a little bit. But also Jamison Battle, Jamal Shed, Colin Murray Boyles. You did get some good possessions on both ends of the floor from your guys in this game. But just overall, this thing came down to the fourth quarter, and the Raptors' offensive woes in the fourth quarter. They just looked like they didn't know what the hell was going on offensively in the fourth quarter. They went away completely from what was happening in the first through the third. Also, if you did not know, Brandon Ingram did leave this game in the second quarter, and he had an injury with his heel, and we did not see him again after that. And we didn't get an update till close to the fourth quarter about him not returning. I mean, no quickly. Then you're down Ingram. Then Scotty's hobbled. I mean, my goodness. I mean, just talk about a time. I mean, Ingram. What is going on? What is going on? I mean, just brutal. Just absolutely brutal. And listen, I know people get injured. I know, but just the series overall, him being remember that word that I used before we get into the playoffs and why it's so important to get there? Remember, there's a certain word, and that word that I used is exposed. Exposed. We're seeing some of that. We're seeing people being exposed for good reasons and bad reasons. What the? Johnny is in here? Johnny is in here at after 10 p.m. at night? Come on, man. That's crazy. I'm going to drop a bomb for Johnny's effort, okay? Because you don't usually see Johnny up this late. All right. Let me get some of the comments going, and I'll get to them early. Yes, it was a good effort. It was a good effort. And let's see here. Let's get to the real truth before we get into any of this game breakdown. I don't even know how much of the game breakdown I want to do, but I guess I got to do it. Great effort. They slipped game away. Looking forward to game 7. I am absolutely looking forward to a game 7. Absolutely looking forward to a game 7. Tariq says, proud of Raps regardless. Absolutely. It was a good effort from the Raptors tonight, for sure. Free throws, 68%. That was rough. That was rough. That really bothered me. That really bothered me tonight. RJ Barrett from the line, he was 5 of 9. 5 of 6 from Scotty Barnes, 4 of 6 from Jakob Pertl. Even Pirtle was decent tonight. Listen, let's go over a few things and let's look at the box score quickly while I also get to your comment. So Ingram in this game played 11 minutes before leaving with a heel injury. He had 1 point. He was 0 of 2, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 block before he left this game. RJ Barrett has been a model of consistency. Once again, 38 minutes in this game. He had 25 points. He was 9 of 19 from the field, 2 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 of 9 from the 9 of 19 from the field. Sorry. 2 of 5 from 3-point range, 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds in this game, 5 assists as well. Scotty Barnes in this game, 39 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 16 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3-point range, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. And Scotty was much better in the first half. Like I mentioned, he looked a bit hobbled and kind of just limping around and stuff in the second half. I'm not sure what the hell is going on there. We're going to need an update in regards to what's going on with Scotty there. But also, Jakob Poeltl gave you the best game of the series so far from him. If he can continue to even give you this much, it'll make a difference. 21 minutes for Jakob Poeltl, 14 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, gave you 9 rebounds as well to go along with 3 assists and a block. Jacoby Walter in this one. Jacoby Walter came alive in that first half. I mean, you're talking, and just overall, before I even get to that first half, but overall, 35 minutes, 20 points, 7 of 16 from the field, 6 of 14 from 3 rebounds in this one, 4 steals, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in this game. Man, Scotty Barnes cost me some money. Yep, happens. Can't blame Shed for those missed threes. He shouldn't be the one taking them. 100% right. He was knocking them down early, but you can't depend on him to do that all night. You need your other shooters out there to be able to do that. Johnny says, hey, everyone, I'm so disappointed in Brandon Ingram. I mean, listen, the best thing that at this point, you can't depend on Brandon Ingram anymore in this series. You just can't. You have Scotty. You have CMB. You have RJ Barrett. You got Jacoby Walter. You got Jamal Shed. If you can get anything out of anybody else after that, it's a bonus. If you can get something from Poeltl, it's a bonus. If you can get something from Sandro Mamukelashvili, it's a bonus. But listen, I'll say this. It was a good effort tonight. And I'm going to go straight into the game breakdown here. Okay? And we can talk together while I'm doing this. Make sure you guys stay in the chat. Get your comments in there. We will discuss. So it was Barnes, Walter, RJ Barrett, Ingram, and Poeltl to start this game. Okay? And the Cavs start Max Strus overweight. Excuse me. Now, the Raptors come out in this game, and they start knocking down threes. RJ Barrett, Jacoby Walter end up knocking down threes, and they do a much better job shooting from the field. They go 44 of 95 shooting from the field in this game. 15 of 38. 15 from 38 from three-point range in this game. So they shoot well from three-point range, almost 40%. And Poeltl, in the beginning in this game, is actually showing us something. You're like, damn, we're going to get a decent game from Poeltl tonight. This would be interesting. And he was decent for tonight. You know, I mean, he ends up dunking on Strus and Allen off of an RJ pass. And with 8:01 remaining in that first quarter, the Raptors had a 16-10 lead in this game. All right. Scotty, no look pass to Poeltl, and he ends up finishing again. Walter gets a steal on Merrill at half court and then ends up getting the ball back, drilling a 3. The Raptors go on an 8-0 run. This is just a game of runs, all game. all game, just a game of runs. Subsequently, Cavs go on a 7-0 run, and it's a 22-17 game for the Raptors, and they had to lead. The Raptors did have a 22-10 lead in this game. They had a 12-point lead in that fourth quarter. Mamukelashvili comes in, he knocks down a three, but the Cavs end up going on a 17-5 run. Colin Murray Boyles was in the paint, and Evan Mobley was going up for a monster two-handed slam, and Colin Murray Boyles blocks him. Absolute thing of beauty. Okay. He was doing well on the defensive end as usual. And you know what? I'm going to go over some of these numbers for Cleveland as well, because let's take a look here. Jared Allen in this game. Okay. 25 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 5 from the field. Only had 3 rebounds in this game with 1 assist and 3 blocks. Evan Mobley in this game, and he played much better in that second half. He did wake up in that second half, and he actually did knock down some shots, which I was completely surprised about. 33 minutes. He had 23 points, 8 of 13 from the field. He was 3 of 3 from three-point range. 3 of 3 from three-point range, 4 of 8 from the free throw line, gave you 9 rebounds as well. That is a big difference maker when you lose in a 5-point game. James Harden in this game, he played 40 minutes, 23 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from three-point range, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, gave you 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. But you get 6 turnovers from him as well. Donovan Mitchell, 19 points, 7 of 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. You force 3 turnovers out of him. 2 turnovers, out of him as well. And then Strus in this one gave you 8 points, 2 of 4 from the field, nothing from three-point range, but 4 from the free throw line to go with 4 rebounds, 2 assists in this game as well. And so, to be completely honest with you, the Raptors did a pretty decent job defensively on these guys, but you have to, if you're getting 23 from Harden and you're getting 19 from Mitchell, that's where you got to slow down Mobley. You can't have all 3. If all 3 of them are carving you up, you're going to be in big, big trouble. Big trouble. You can't have all 3 of them carving you up. And the other guy that carved you up tonight and played much better in this series tonight, I should say, is one Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder had 21 minutes in this game. He had 19 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range. And so these guys who don't typically knock down shots are just drilling threes on you. And I'm like, yo, the heck, man? I mean, just really annoying. Just really, really annoying. But you got to give credit where it's due. And they ended up knocking down shots. And so you got to give them credit. You got to give them credit. So, I mean, what are you going to do? These guys don't typically knock down these type of shots. Now, obviously, you're going to have to pay a bit more attention to that in the next game, but I don't think they'll be doing that in Toronto, to be completely honest with you. Ash YI4TW always dropping money in the appreciate that. Where am I going to get to? Let's get to Nana first. Actually, you know what? Let's go to M. Tavares first. RJ shooting 59% from the free throw line. Yikes. Not good at all. Nana says, don't forget Colin Murray Boyle's hand. He definitely going under that knife in the offseason. 100% true. Because he just has some real problems. He's always feeling the pain in that hand. And I think they're going to have to surgically repair that thing, Nana. I think you're absolutely right here. The Real Truth says, great team effort. Everyone stepping up and playing with passion. Darko did a solid coaching job tonight. Ingram has been truly disappointing. At this point, I'm not relying on him to step up. That's what I said before. I completely agree with you here. And real truth, I think you and I have discussed this many times during the season. It's not just about losing, it's about how you lose. And about how you win at the same time, but how you lose really matters. And the reason we're not crushing the Raptors right now is because they still put forth good effort. They actually look like a team that's hungry and was putting forth effort to try to win out there. Now, yes, as a team that is not experienced, right, in the playoffs, you're going to have to get used to a few things, and one of that things is learning how to close out games. Learning how to close out games and keeping up your momentum and keeping up your strategies from an offensive standpoint. You cannot be out there looking lost when you looked completely fine on the offensive end for 3 quarters and then look like you don't know what's happening as soon as the fourth quarter begins. I mean, that just can't happen. And they'll learn. Don't get me wrong. They're going to have to go through growing pains. You're not going to be out of the playoffs and then straight to the conference finals in 1 year. There's a building process. There is a learning process here. And another thing that I'll mention is, let me just get through this first quarter, but there are some other things that I got to mention in regards to toughness. So I talked to you about the huge block with Culinary Boyles on Mobley. And then Mitchell gets the ball with a few seconds left, walks up the court without any pressure, and drills a 3 at the buzzer, which I actually thought was ridiculous and really peeved me off there. That just can't happen. You got to pressure him coming up the court, and we saw that a lot more down the stretch of this game. The Cavs had a 38-34 lead at the end of the first quarter. And Harden had 14 points at that point in the game. Barnes had 8 points, 5 assists. Second chance points for the Cavs, 11-0. And fast break points for the Raptors, 8-0 after the first quarter. Now, I will say this. If you did not see this game, there was a few dust-ups in this game with James Harden and Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett. I realize RJ Barrett's becoming super protective of anything that happens with any of these guys on the court, which I really like. And I'm not sure if you guys see this, and I'm pretty sure that you guys do see this already. James Harden and Scotty Barnes have a problem with each other. And I don't know where it began or how it started, but they don't seem to like each other at all. And I know I did see some video of Scotty and James Harden at the Rico Hines runs in the summer going against each other. They don't like each other. And that's completely okay. But all this pushing and James Harden a lot of the time to me is the aggressor. He's looking for a problem right now. And if you're the Raptors, you want the smoke. You want the smoke, damn it. You want to bring the problems to them. You want to bring the problems to them. Listen, I've said this a bunch of times already, and I'll say it again. I don't mind putting somebody in there to give a hard foul. The hell we just making Trace Jackson Davis get splinters in his ass for sitting on the bench. But listen, you heard it from me first. I'll put him in there and let him hack the hell out of somebody. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. And this happened a couple times with Harden and a little dust up in this game. A couple times. The Raptors won on the glass tonight, 48-35 in this game, 32-20 in regards to assists. So Cleveland only had 20 assists on 43 made field goals in this game. The Raptors, Cleveland both tied with 15 turnovers. Points in the paint equal at 48 apiece. Listen to this. Fast break points in this game, 26-6 for the Raptors. 26-6 for the Raptors. I want to see them push the damn ball all the time. And I know that's unrealistic being in the playoffs. I know. I know. My guy was supposed to take pressure off Scotty, and now he's a waste of salary. That's crazy. Oh, man, I'm so disappointed in what we have gotten from Brandon Ingram. I mean, what the hell has happened? What the hell has happened to Brandon Ingram?
It's happening over here during whole season. I've been calling it back. It's a complete crap. This is completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this.
I mean, Brandon Ingram, before going out with this injury, just looks completely shook. Just looks completely shook. Now, I don't know what his availability is going to be now for the for game 6. But look what we needed from him in a 6 of 23 game just to get that game 4 win. You're going to need something out of him. Something. Chris Myers. I'm going to drop one for Chris Myers, damn it. That's my boy. Chris Myers says, where's the comment? I just lost it. All right, let me just read it on the screen here. Will there be any suspensions during that scrum in the fourth quarter? No, I don't think so. I don't think there'll be anything. No fines or anything either, I believe. Raptor Champs is in the building. Scotty was injured, but why do I feel like I wanted more from him? No, I agree. He was, for sure. He was injured. You could see by the way he was hobbling around. I don't know what he's going to be like for the next game. He's clearly going to have to play. Ingram, I'm assuming, is going to have to play as well. It's an elimination game. You can't sit this one out. You can't do that. I am not making any excuses, but damn, the refs were bad tonight. Johnny. Antoinette Tavares says, hopefully we make to second round so BI can show up better. I mean, it's just been rough. It's been really, really rough for BI. I mean, damn. Just damn. The Real Truth says, RJ Barnes, CMB Walter, Shed, and Battle have shown playoff DNA. Mike, tonight was probably the best game Raptors played this series. If they win game 6, anything is possible in game 7. I agree with that. If they do win game 6, I'm not counting out the Raptors winning this thing in 7 games, even if it's in Cleveland. And I mean, Jacoby Walter just goes off from 3-point range tonight. And listen, he was shooting the lights out in the first half. Things didn't go well in the third and the fourth for him. But if you can get a repeat, and I'm not even saying to shoot at the clip that he did tonight, hitting 6 threes, but if you can even get, half of that in a game 6 or 7 would be good for the Raptors. Ingram scoring with Scotty's defense got this team to the playoffs this season. It's tough watching him struggle. Absolutely. It is, man, because I just don't see him being able to get a comfortable shot off at all. That's the thing. At least you want to see him be aggressive, get to the free throw line, pull up from mid-range, get to all the way to the basket, just something. But he hasn't been able to combat that right now. The defense is giving him problems. I'm going to get to the second quarter, and then I'm going to come back to your comments again. Getting into that second quarter now, Barrett is going to the basket strong. And listen, Barrett I'm proud of Barrett. Because he's being relentless. And we've talked about that with RJ being that way all season. And he's just continuing to prove his worth right now. RJ's doing it all. He's shooting from 3-point range. He's getting to the free throw line. He's getting into the paint, shooting mid-range, and the little floater up from there as well. I mean, RJ is BI is your guy and Scotty is your guy. RJ is a role player. He's not one of your all-stars. So anything that you can get out of him at this point to me is a bonus. And he has been consistent. He has been consistent and he deserves a lot of props for that. Scotty, once again, has been trusting his teammates and finding his teammates, getting the ball up the court, finding them in transition or in the half court as well. I did mention to you that he did have 11 assists in this game, and he had 7 assists with 9:24 remaining in that second quarter. And I mentioned to you about Pirtle early on the 7-minute mark. Sorry, playing 7 minutes in this game, already had 10 points and 2 rebounds at the 9:24 mark as well. And I wrote in my notes here, where is Ingram? Where is his offensive bag? Where is it? Because I mean, it's been so rough to watch Ingram that when I heard he wasn't coming back into the game, I wasn't even mad at it. To be completely honest with you, I wasn't. But I mean, he heads to the locker room, and then we find out later that he's done. You know, and Scotty, what I liked about what they were doing with him tonight, using him as a screener, coming off that screen, getting the ball, hitting the mid range, going to the basket, doing whatever he had to do. He was really aggressive early on in this game. It was a 54-54 ball game with 5.5 minutes. Jacoby Walter ends up drilling a 3, gets a steal, ends up getting it back for a 2-hand dunk, and it's 62-56 for the Raptors with 4:06 remaining. Walter dribbles, hits another 3, then he drills another one. He's 5 of 8 from 3-point range with 17 points. Okay, at the half. Murray Boyles was good defensively on Harden Mitchell. It was a 74-67 ball game. Do you remember they only had 38 points last game at the half? And now it's a 74-67 ball game at the end to 2 quarters. They outscore the Cavs 40-29 in the second quarter. And Walter had 17 points. The Raptors were 10 of 17 from 3-point range, 21 assists on 29 made field goals. It was 17-2 in regards to fast break points for the Raptors going into the half. Antoinette Tavares says, Cavs don't win without Schroeder revenge. Yep, revenge game. Harden didn't have a great second half. Mitchell, not a great team. And we talked about Schroeder from a long time ago. I thought he was going to show up way before he actually did in this game, in game 5. This was like really the only good game he's really had. But he did show up at the right time tonight. If you are the Cleveland Cavaliers, Raptor champs, yeah, them calling were so bad, so many throughout the whole game. Sure, you're talking about the refs here. Scott Foster Scott Foster is special. He is special, dude. Like, he really is. Raptors are a young team with no real playoff experience. This series, win-lose, was a great learning experience. I'm really impressed by tonight's effort. Yes, we lost the game, but they showed me passion. And we've talked about that. That's really what this is about at this point. You're obviously trying to win the game. Clearly, you're trying to work your ass off to make sure that you get this win. But playing with passion, playing with heart, tough-nosed defense, making sure that you're learning from your mistakes. Even though they did lose this game, they looked much better in this game 5 than they looked at any point in games 1 and 2. In games 1 and 2, at no point did you think the Raptors were in control to even win any of those games. Tonight, you actually thought up until the third quarter and the end of the third quarter, you said maybe the Raptors can win today. Maybe they can win in this thing. But, you know, down the stretch, from an offensive standpoint, you still don't have Quickly. You still don't have Ingram. Now, Scotty Barnes is hobbled. Just a mess down the stretch for the Raptors because they didn't have enough shooting. They didn't have enough answers. They didn't have enough aggressiveness down the stretch as well. They definitely did improve every game. I'm very proud of this team. Yeah, I'm proud of them. They fought their ass off, and now they got to fight their ass off in game 6 back at Scotiabank Arena on Friday. Raptors lost their legs in the fourth, exerted a lot of energy in the first and 3, and are short-handed. Cavs are healthy and had Dennis run the offense throughout the fourth. We still going to 7. So good night, Johnny. Take it easy, my man. I'm gonna get to the second half, and then I'm gonna get back to your comments as well. Starting with the real truth, and then I'm gonna go to Raptor champs. RJ comes out aggressive, 5 points to start the third quarter. 8-0 run though for the Cavs, and they did look more aggressive in that third quarter. Harden, Barnes, I mentioned to you, they were shoving each other in a jump ball. And then Harden, Mobley were just going to town when it came to that pick and roll. They were really, really going at that pick and roll. And they were. And honestly, they were doing a pretty good job of it. And they should probably do it a bit more. The Raptors are going to have to do a better job of guarding that pick and roll. So that's something they're going to have to look at. But from a defensive standpoint, they weren't necessarily bad. I mean, Jacoby Walter got some deflections to a steal, leads to a shed 3-pointer. He had 14 points with 15 points, 3 of 4 from 3-point range. And it was 89-80 with 7 minutes remaining in that third quarter for the Raptors. And Scotty was calling for the ball and immediately attacks Max Strus, which I did like to see. Colin Murray Boyle's good hands deflection leads to Scotty Barnes' block. Pirtle knocks down free throws. And you know what? I gotta give a lot of love and credit to Pirtle because he did go 4 of 6 from the free throw line, which I'm happy about because he's not a very good free throw shooter. So I am happy about that. And I hope that he can continue to do that in game 6. Shed looks confident, gets the ball to Pirtle, knocks down his free throws. So I'm happy about that as well. And after the third quarter, it's a 103-100 Raptors lead still. So they went into the fourth quarter with the lead in this game. The real truth says, Mike, I truly believe Raptors teammates aren't relying on BI. Playoffs are the true test of a player's value worth. RJ has been effective throughout series. Pirtle has played good the past 2 games. Yeah, 100% facts there. That is facts. Raptor champ, crazy because I was mad too. Chris Myers says, it just shows that this team needs another big that can score and hit 3-pointers. They're going to have to look to address that, Chris, in the off season. The Raptors, and you see this is even more glaring for the Raptors when you see their faults and their pros, right? In the playoffs. Now it becomes glaring to you. Now you figure out exactly what you need in the off season. You know who you got to trade. Well, I guess to a certain degree you kind of do. But you're looking at what type of players right now you're going to need to take that jump and get to the next level, right? We'll come back to that when we get there after the season. Jacoby hitting them threes was crazy. Kid played great defense as well. Shed has played good as well. Tough and passionate. Yep. Completely agree there. And, getting into this fourth quarter, 8-0 run from the Cavs to start the quarter. That was already a problem. So now it's 108-103 in that fourth quarter. Raptors are now shook, in my opinion, from an offensive standpoint. They don't know what the hell is going on offensively. They have no idea what's going on offensively. They don't know who to pass the ball to. They don't know who to go to as the go-to person in the offense. it just didn't look good. Wasn't organized at all. I don't know what the play sets they are that they're calling. Everything out there from an offensive standpoint just look really, really random. And it's funny because we've talked about this a lot. And Raptors, one of the better defensive teams. Cleveland being one of the better offensive teams. It's exactly what we saw in the fourth quarter. Raptors can't really figure out what they're doing in that offense. Like when the game is close, palms get sweaty and backsides get tight. It's about what the heck are you going to do to put the ball in the basket? Aside from just playing good defense as well. But your offense has to be steady. You've got to have a plan. And right now, when I watch the Raptors in that fourth quarter, and it's not just the fourth quarter, it's not just now. This is a pattern that's been happening throughout the course of the season. And so that has to, and I mean, that has to be addressed. Battle, Jamison Battle gave you some pretty decent minutes off the bench in this game. 19 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3-point range, 6 rebounds in this game as well. I thought he did a really good job rebounding the ball. But Battle is giving you some offense. Shed drills a huge 3. It's a 2-point ball game with 6:19 remaining, 113 to 111. Schroeder at that point had 17 points. It was 3 of 5 from 3-point range. Cavs go on a 7-0 run, and then that is all she wrote from there. The game got maybe a little bit tighter towards the end of the game, but I mean, just not much towards the end of the game for the Raptors. So what are you going to do here? The Raptors don't have time to whine and complain. And I mention that to you all the time. You got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, get ready for life without Ingram if he doesn't end up playing in the next game. And you're just going to have to go from there. But I mean, damn, how disappointing is it to get this far, and then have a no-show in Brandon Ingram and then get injured, and then to not have Emmanuel quickly as well. Now you're down 2 starters against a healthy team that's been built to win right now. Just absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. And listen, we want to see Scotiabank Arena and the atmosphere be crazy. And I mean, absolutely crazy come Friday night. Okay, Jamal Shed, I do want to talk about him for just a second because he's playing with major, major passion and heart. I mean, he's leaving it all on the line. He's leaving it all on the line. I mean, 33 minutes, 18 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3-point range. I mean, he's tough, man. He's tough. He's showing us something. He is definitely showing us something. And we got to see some more defensive tenacity at Scotiabank Arena come Friday night. We just have to. Okay? At Mike Roach 7 on Instagram, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the Mike Roach Show. We will have to be waiting on updates on Scotty Barnes. I know he has been injured, even though I think he'll be fine for to play in Game 6 at Scotiabank Arena. Not sure what it's going to be with BI. And pretty much you're just going to have to go from there. So Raptors, Cavs, Game 6, Friday, Scotiabank Arena. It's do or die for the Raptors in this one. You're going to have to come out solid on both ends of the basketball on offense and on defense. And hopefully you're going to be able to push this thing to a game 7. Hope everybody has had a wonderful experience watching these playoffs. Hope you're going to have a safe night. I'll read this last comment from Real Truth before getting out of here. Mike, there was nothing negative about tonight's game aside from the result. Let's go win game 6 and let's see what happens game 7. Shed equals Davion Mitchell. Yeah, that's it. You just got to go out there, learn from tonight, go out, try to get game 6 and force this thing to a game 7. I will see you guys again soon. Maybe I'll do a live tomorrow, get caught up on some announcements in regards to some of these player injuries and stuff like that. We will talk, and then meet me back here on Friday for the post game. Hopefully talking about the Raptors pushing this thing to a game 7. This is the Mike Roach Show. I'll be back again soon, and I'm out.